Peace and blessings, family. I'm your brother in the struggle, Alif. And today we're going to decipher and decipher an audio book based on a newsletter that we published originally coming out of Berkeley, California about 20 years ago. This particular edition is Volume 3, Number 1, A02. And it was Savior's Day, February the 26th, 2002, Asiatic year 15,088, titled Birth of the Nation, or Birth of the Black Nation. Birth of the Nation, Chronology and Pictorial Edition of the Original People. Narrated by Brother Minister Alifullah. This is part 1. In the beginning, we had no beginning. Time, space, and will had no conscious meaning. 85 trillion years ago, our subconscious mind was already in existence. 84 trillion years ago, the mind of the black man built the first atom or thora of life from 10,000 particles of himself. 78 trillion years ago, our shams or the sun was sparked from the ever-multiplying thoras or atoms. 78 trillion years ago, a sun atom spun off to form our planet known as Asia or Earth, which is now 108th the size of our sun, and the core of the Earth is fire or a sun. 76 trillion years ago, the Earth stabilized and formed physical life from water. 72 trillion years ago, human black people set off a chain reaction by splitting distant atoms with their thoughts, making our galaxy or stars. All of the land masses, or 7 continents, were all connected to form one single land mass. There were no religions. And 24 black men organized themselves and began to write history in advance for 35,000 year ciphers or cycles. They balanced the planet Earth by replacing the natural moon Mercury with a new moon, now known as Mars. 66 trillion years ago, the tribe Shabazz divides up into 13 different tribes. One of the leaders tried to force everyone to speak the same dialect in their language. He fails, and in his frustration tries to destroy the whole planet Earth and all life on and in it. He drills a shaft 4,000 miles into the core of the Earth and fills it with 100% explosives and blows up the land in the Pacific Ocean region. The debris or scattered rocks forms our present moon, Al-Badr or Al-Qamar. The entire 13th tribe of Shabazz is destroyed. Only 12 tribes of Shabazz survives. Shabazz means godly or God-like. 12 major and 12 minor black scientists gather to hide the reality of Allah, which is humanity. They hide the reality of God and the subconsciousness of the black nation. Only 12 of the 24 scientists are conscious of the reality of Allah. But 24 write the history in advance. Since 10,000 miles of the earth is missing, and they write the history a year for each mile of the earth, they write the history to last for 25,000 and no longer 35,000 years in advance. This avoids another global catastrophe. The 12 major scientists govern the black nation until the reality of Allah is re-sparked into their subconsciousness. The scriptures teaches us, and I quote, And certainly Allah made a covenant with the children of Israel, and we raised among them 12 rulers. Holy Quran, Surah 5 or chapter 5, ayat or verse 12. Another scripture that gives credence to the messenger's message, which guides us through this age of mess. The scripture says, quote, "There were 12 princes of the tribes that stood up." Bible, Book of Numbers, chapter 1, verses 5 through 16. There were 12 rulers that secured the land. The Book of Numbers in the Bible, chapter 13, verses 3 through 15. There were 12 tribes that sealed Israel. Bible, Book of Revelation, chapter 7, verses 4 through 8. There were 24 enthroned elders. Bible, Book of Revelations, chapter 4, verse 4. 50,000 years ago, Africa included Mecca, Arabia, as well as India, China, Japan, Mexico, Peru, etc. We were Asiatics. Asia means world, and Attic or Ati means tribe or citizen. Messenger Elijah Muhammad teaches us that the original man is the Asiatic black man, the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, the God of the entire universe, covering 230 quintillion, 640 quadrillion miles. We produce 4 shades of black, 4 shades of brown, 4 shades of yellow, 4 shades of red. We produce the albino gene, and we also produce not just the Asians, but the Caucasians, or the white race. The Nile Valley was the richest and best part, known as Becca and or Mecca, Kemet and or Egypt, Nubia and or Sudan, Kush and or Ethiopia. One of the 24 scientists moved his tribe from the city into the jungle area of Africa to strengthen our phenotype, which means how we look, and our nature, which is scientifically known as the genotype. He not only wanted to toughen us up, he also wanted to conquer the wild animals that were living in that region of West Asia. He failed to get the other 23 scientists to agree with his theory, but he proved it was true by not only strengthening his branch, the Shabazians, but he also overcame the wild beasts in the jungle and established advanced civilizations all over Mother Africa. 35,000 years ago, the black people living in the area now known as China established a branch of Islam that became known as Buddhism. The original people of China were black and had dark skin and rich melanin black DNA. The black prophet, now known as Buddha, actually taught Islam, submission to one creator of the one creation. But his teachings became mixed, diluted, and tampered with, like all of the prophets of Allah. The original Hinayana, or small will or small vehicle of Buddhism, was rewritten into a spooky, unnatural form. 16,000 years ago, a strain of Buddhism migrated to southern India, the Black Dalit region. This branch of Islam and or Buddhism became known as Hinduism. Modern Buddhists think Gautama Buddha of 563 to 483 before the Christian era from the Shakya clan is the first Buddha or enlightened one. But we have had countless Buddhists on earth. The corrupted Mahayana, our great cipher, our great cycle, our great will, our great 360-degree circle interpretation is not the original Hinayana, or small cipher, or small cycle, or small 360-degree vehicle, or Islamic teachings. The Hindus began to worship everything and nothing as the creator, besides the black man. This caused the black nation to exile their own rebellious black Indian brothers and sisters from India into the Western Hemisphere, now known as North America. Amri means heavenly, and Rika means kingdom. 15,087 years ago, the 24 scientists met in the secret vaults under the 16-square-mile city of Mecca or Becca to renew the 25,000-year cycle. The present Holy Quran or Bible are actually excerpts from this mother book. We have 9,913 more years before this cycle is completed, as of the year 2002. Once this cycle is over, there will be no more need for 24 scientists or 25,000-year cycles, because everyone on earth will understand the nature and reality of the Creator, which is our natural and higher self. 6,687 years ago, Dr. Yaqub Malik Shabazz, which means the changing master of the godly, was born 20 miles from Mecca in the city of Jeddah, which means city of the grandmother goddess. Dr. Yaqub grafted the white race out of the DNA of the black nation. All life forms contain a dominant and recessive or strong and good or weak and evil nature. Some think white people came because of the Ice Age, but a recessive gene is from compromised DNA, not bad weather. There are also albino or white lions in a hot jungle, albino white tigers in hot India, albino tropical fish, plants, etc. Dr. Yaqub manipulated the genes or Genesis, which means the book of origins or beginning, and made the white from the black. If a farmer manipulates the DNA of a horse and donkey, he will graft a mule. If he cuts a lemon branch and butt it onto an orange tree shoot, he will graft a grapefruit. We can witness these grafted new creations being made in front of our very eyes. But black people in America do not study the sciences of life and think a spook God made all people. We violate the laws of life and nature by trying to force life to live as one, when nothing in creation does that. By nature, fish swim in schools. Sharks do not marry dolphins. Lions do not sleep with panthers. Wolves do not socialize with foxes, even though they are all canines or dogs. Birds of a feather flock together by nature. If a white seagull builds a nest next to a black crow, there will be arguing, confusion, fighting, and war. This is the nature and reality of creation. This is why Messenger Elijah Muhammad respects white people, but wants black people to build our own nation of peace. 4,500 years ago, black prophet Abraham, the exalted father of the nations, named the white race Muslim. Abraham, Ab-Raham. Ab means father. Rah means light or true. Ham means black. The Holy Quran teaches us in Surah 22 or chapter 22, ayat or verse 78. Abraham named you Muslims. The last prophet Muhammad of Arabia was born January 27, 570, and died June 8, 632 AD, at the age of 62 and a half years. Sir Allahu Alaihi Wasallam. Our thoughts of peace be unto the prophets. In the year 1555, a young slave trader, Sir John Hawkins, and his cousin, Sir Francis Drake, seized the peaceful tribe of Shabazz living along the Nile River. Our flag was bright red, symbolic to our sun, our freedom. The devil slave traders lied and used Yaqub's technology to seal our people in a slave ship called Jesus Lebec. Only 21 illegal captive prisoners of war, so-called slaves, survived the 3-month journey to the wilderness of North America. You have been listening to part 1 of The Birth of the Black Nation. Please tune in tomorrow to hear part 2. Assalamu alaikum, shalom, assalamu Allah, peace, peace. The struggle continues. Don't forget to subscribe so that we could get the truth out there to the people. I need y'all support as I support y'all. There's nothing spooky. Patronize your own people in business.
Greetings to you. I am Sister Malika Allah. Thank you for listening to our free audiobook. You can download the entire edition for only $2.95 by Cash App, payable to Null Institute, Inc. That's spelled $NAALINSTITUTEINC.